So there was a popular song that came out in 1971 that also became a popular saying entitled, "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." When you think about it, you guys, we are in the middle of a revolution, and it is not being televised. If we depend on the bought and paid for liberal news media to report the actual truth and the revolution, we'll be waiting forever. But what's interesting is that all of this fraud and corruption has been uncovered and it's not being reported on. Moreover, on the left, you know, I was talking to someone today and I said, say what you want to say about President Trump, but you can't deny that he has not allowed us to see the corruption of our media and just all this corruption in our government. And they were like, well, he's not allowing people to ask questions in the press, and he's not choosing people, and that's going against our rights. And I'm thinking, where have you been over the past 4 years when you had a former corrupt senile president in office that was given note cards on who he could call on? Okay, even when President Trump was doing debates, presidential debates, it was found that Hillary Clinton had received the questions ahead of time. Okay, it was also reported that President Obama and his administration spied on President Trump's campaign, which is a felony. But no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about the Russia collusion hoax that they ran in the media for months and months, trying to claim that President Trump colluded with Russia in order to win the election was false. No one wants to talk about that. It's $48 million of our tax dollars. No one wants to talk about how is it that Joe Biden, it's on video, you can see to this day, saying how they have invented the most inclusive and extensive voter fraud system in our country. And then they wonder why we question the election. No one wants to talk about how this same president is also on video committing quid pro quo, saying how he had a prosecutor fired that was about to investigate his crackhead son in exchange for $1 billion. No one wants to talk about that. No one knows still who the cocaine at the White House belonged to. Okay? They're telling you that children can choose their genders at 5 years old. They're saying men can be women. They're saying all of these antichrist things, but you have Christians that still support this party. And what I find interesting is that my people in particular, that's my shade of people, I would say, because skin folk don't mean kinfolk, that likes to claim that President Trump is racist. And you can have your opinion on him, but you got it from the media. And it's the same media that has put you out as being the most thuggish, the most uneducated, the most whorish, the worst of the worst. The only thing that mainly gets airtime in our culture is the worst of the worst degradation in our music and our movies and everything. Not promoting love, not promoting education, but promoting over-sexualized stuff, promoting killing your own kind. Okay? And that's the same media that has told you about this man, and the same party whose policies has went after our ethnic group particularly to destroy it. But you don't got nothing to say about that, because all they have to do is point the finger and say, no, that's the racist right there. When you got all this access to information to look at policies and see what's really been going on, like Marvin Gaye said. What's going on? Well, you guys, it's been a whole year since President Trump's been in office, and there has not been a single arrest yet of a high government official, politician, but hopefully we'll see something happen here soon, because if not, this country is doomed. But all I have to say is that all you have to do is think, okay? How is it that this man can come back from everything that he came back from after being just under heavy persecution and prosecution over the past 10 years and win in a landslide? Just think, how is that? How could that happen? But liberal education is not meant for you to think. It's meant for you to obey.